Hey everyone, this is Vixen. She is our own personal horse and she's 2 this year. We have not started her, so today will be her day 1. And we just wanted to bring you guys along for the ride and show you a little bit more in detail how one gets started by Henson. She's always been really curious and always up in your face a little bit too much, more than I would like, but we'll get that all taken care of. Okay guys, so the first thing he teaches a horse when they come in is to face him to be caught. To face him and stand there and just have their whole attention on him. So she faces him and he's going to rub her with the rope, and she doesn't like that, so she takes off. And she comes back again and he tries again. And she leaves. So at this point, Vixen has decided she does not like that rope, especially when Henson tries to touch her on her right side. And this went on probably about 45 minutes or so. An important thing to notice here is that Henson isn't chasing her around. She is making that decision herself. So here, he's just trying to get Vixen to follow him around, to be locked onto him, and just kind of lead her, I guess you could say, without a halter. So she comes around a little bit right there, and she decides to leave again. Now, these colts that come in, a lot of them are okay with this right off the bat. They don't care, they don't mind you touching them anywhere. She's a little bit more difficult, I guess, to get to just stand there and lock onto Henson, to not mind the rope. So this took her a while. Like I said, this took her close to an hour. So Henson thought, that was good enough for her, so he moved on to something else. He'll work a little bit on that each day for her to accept that rope touching her. Now he's just going to kind of get her used to having the rope around her legs, around her butt, because when she becomes a using horse, if somebody gets her tangled up in the rope, she won't get all scared by it or try to buck or anything. So he gets this out of a lot of the colts on day 1, week 1, I guess. It's something you have to work on them every day consistently. So here Henson puts the rope around her girth area, kind of puts some pressure on it, and that mimics the cinch being on her once he saddles her. As you can see, she's not too bothered by it. It's just a step that he does in preparation to getting that saddle on and getting the cinch tightened. Now here comes the fun part, the saddling. He throws that pad up there on each side of her. If you can see right here, he will kind of hold that pad like he would his saddle and kind of mimic how he would throw the saddle up there in that same type of motion. So if you've prepared your horse correctly, this shouldn't be a big deal. And it isn't really for Vixen. That was pretty easy. Some horses might step away, but it doesn't typically happen because Henson has already done that prep work and they're not scared. This is also a really tricky part because you tighten that cinch and it's something totally new to them, and you have to do it very carefully because you want the saddle tight enough so that it won't fall off in case they take a jump forward or something, kind of like that. And you don't want to tighten it too much too, that it'll scare them. And you don't want it too loose so that if they go bucking, that saddle is just going to roll right under their belly. So this is pretty much a really critical point in their first day of training. Right here, he will let her move out a little bit, slowly at first, and kind of see what she does with that saddle on. So here he's going to tighten that cinch again before he sends her out. He'll take that rope off also and let her move around the arena faster to get that buck out if it's there. Some horses don't buck, a lot do their first saddling. I want to say most of them do their first saddling once they get to move out and lope for the first time with that saddle on. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video and maybe learned something. Go ahead and like and subscribe and keep an eye out for part 2 of Vixen's first day with Henson.